y'all, Indy here from the Conscious Club Podcast, the number one podcast on Vulfpeck. I am Indy.
I'm Tori.
Woo! We are in Zone 1, and we're going to bring it into Zone 2. So, it's the Conscious Club Podcast. It's a podcast about Vulfpeck. This week, it is the TheOCAST, the Theo Katzman cast. We go over a bunch of stuff from beginning to end, not necessarily end, to beginning to current of Mr. Theo Katzman.
He's not dead yet.
That is 100% true. It's all this week here on the Conscious Club Podcast.
Bye.
I mean, well, for now. On the scene, in the first league, and over team, and they were 14. Welcome to the Conscious Club podcast. That's right. We are in Zone 2. We are doing it. It's another week. It is the Conscious Club podcast. Thank you guys all for listening, for watching, for doing all that you do, for following it on the Instagram, which is at the Conscious Club podcast. Mm-hmm. Also, I want to take an opportunity to front or expose your Instagram, which is expose leak. No, what's an plug? Whew. I'm a little sweaty here on the Conscious Club podcast.
I haven't seen him this sweaty in a while. This guy.
It's been since like episode 17. I've been that sweaty. You know, my sweat glands have really turned off recently, but now, woo!
They are back in business.
Katzman dogs.
Katzman dogs.
It's pouring Katzman dogs over here. But what was I saying?
You were about to mention my Instagram.
Your Instagram.
That you can't pronounce.
That is right. So it's at Senorita Toria. It is very confusing, but you'll get there. It is
it's
at
really not,
SENORITA TORIA. Right. She's a great artist. She's a viz dev extraordinaire. If you have a film or something, artistic that you want to see before it exists, she's the gal to get it to you. So look up her Instagram. Of course. This is what we do. We're purveyors of podcast. No. We're treasurers of talent. We're curators of content. Curators of controversy.
Creators of content. Purveyors of podcasting.
That is the TCCP. And we are in Zone 2. I love that you know everything.
I know. Literally fried into my brain.
By the way, I love that you're wearing my Mickey shirt today.
I am.
And it's a Jack-inspired Mickey shirt.
Mm-hmm.
A red and white baseball, not vintage football, vintage baseball shirt.
Correct.
1 for 1, 2 for 2. Hey, you got it. Missed one? Not really.
So thanks for everybody for tuning in today. Today's podcast is going to be a deep dive into the backstory and the current state of Theo Katzman. This is the TheOCast.
The TheOCast.
So I want to start off the podcast with current Theo news. And I mean, it's not current Theo news because he announced this podcast months ago. Well, not months ago, but like a month ago. But I want to say that he is going on tour in 2020. And it's really important that everyone go check out his amazingly new designed website, which looks beautiful, I may say. He fully redid it for his new tour, and he's going everywhere. He's going to Canada and everywhere, all over the U.S. here. Yes. And so everyone should go check out his tour dates on his website, TheoKatzman.com. And all right, go see him live.
Tori, this is great because I want, definitely go buy the tickets for Theo's show. It is going to be a solid. What is it? Q1. It's a Q1 of 2020.
Yep, Q1.
So Theo's bringing it because I think Theo's taking the here's a conspiratorial thought.
Okay.
Conspiratorial. I get it because co-host or real host Tori. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Nate Smith posted in January of this year, 2019, of the Fearless Flyers recording.
Mm-hmm.
How fortuitous that Mr. Theo Katzman is touring just around this same exact time of the year, because I'm sure Q2, Q3, they have to record the new Vulf album.
Right.
Hey, their logistics are coming in hot.
100%.
And I love it because when Theo does a tour, you know, other people are working in the shadows behind the Vulf sphere to do everything that we love for the next year.
And I'm sure Joe will probably play bass with him for a lot of these, I would say.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Yeah,
it's confirmed that he will be playing bass on him on the tour, which is super cool.
Exciting.
It's going to be another opportunity for the Conscious Club podcast to do a live remote, well, not necessarily live remote, but a field segment per se, because he's coming to Santa Barbara, he's coming to LA.
He'll be in San Francisco as well,
SF.
and Solana
Right.
Beach.
Right, he's hitting Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, Eugene, Washington. I feel like a comedian podcaster right now, just listing my dates. But he's going across. I'm not going to name all fucking 30 of them, but
he'll be in Detroit too. I wonder if Antoine will be at that show.
that'll be fun. That'll be super.
That would be cool. And then just because we're on his website right now, I want to pop over to his merch page just so people can see what he has going on.
Ooh,
he has
merch.
He has CDs as well as a 2-disc album. And then
CDs.
he has 2 CDs. He has Heartbreak Hits and he has Romance Without Finance. And then he has a 2-disc album pre-sale sold out.
Oh my gosh. Is that a vinyl?
For My Heart Is Live in Berlin, yeah.
Now, interesting here because maybe we're influencing the influencers, but which I highly doubt. But I think Theo is I want to say perhaps he drives a car that doesn't have MP3 capability, Bluetooth MP3 capability, because I don't, and I have to use CDs. So I had to go scavenging to find any Vulfpeck album on a CD, which you can only find on Amazon, which is somewhat rare because I check quite often and there's only like one album available because Jack only makes a selected batch of them. But I really like that Theo's going after the alt market in this niche.
And you could get a Joey CD too, remember? Didn't you? Didn't you get a Joey CD?
I did get a Joey CD at Amoeba. But Joey's a part of an actual label.
True.
Or not. I hate to say actual
like
label because
group.
Vulfpeck or Vulf Records is a fucking real label. Yo, I said it here. It may be controversial, but it's Vulf Records, and they're doing it DIY. But Joey isn't necessarily doing that.
Yeah, he's like a group representing him, yeah.
But more on the point of the CDs, I like it, Theo. You're making CDs because there's a demand for them. And that's mainly coming from me. And knowing that he's doing that, I might buy Romance Without Finance and Mr. Heartbreak Hits here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to know if you go back to the main page, or maybe the shows, home. Is that the Inside Voice font?
Yeah, I think
questionable. So. Could you open a new tab and go to Joey's website? Let's see.
I'm pretty sure it is.
JoeyDosick.com, y'all. Let's see. Shop, maybe perhaps. Wow, his album isn't on there?
Different. It's thicker. It's like the bold version.
Yeah, he's using the extra bold.
Extra bold, yeah.
I like it. Well, let's see. Like, is there an E in there? Okay, E. What does the E look like on there?
Different.
Okay, there's some sans, or there's some non-sans going
different.
on. Interesting. Similarities here on the Conscious Club podcast.
Similar but different.
Similar but different, but in Allah. Or maybe it's the Joey Dosick font. See, is there? Let's see.
No, it's way different. Yeah.
I want to say I've seen that font
Similar.
on Joey's. Oh, maybe it was
this
like the
is the
bumper
Joey
sticker.
font. The Rep Medicine part looks like the Joey font.
Perhaps. Well, what better than to?
I'm sure Ono
be in the
Typeco helped him with this, so it's fonts that we've seen around.
Fronting for Ono Typeco. Go to OnoTypeco.com.
They're one of those incestuous things. It's
right
in everything.
Right. It's the good hurts of font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So, let's get into the meat and potatoes here, folks.
Ooh, you guys ready to learn about Theo? Because we are.
Heck
Hold
yeah,
on, let
man.
me get your beautiful backlight on while you start.
Oh, thanks. So, we're gonna start out with a little bit of Theo's backstory here. Just because I really like to start off when we do these deep dives, like what we did with the Corey Wong one a while ago, to get a bio at the beginning, figure out where they came from, and
Yeah.
just to have like a nice kind of background, even though we already know like from Long Island, New York, like we know that, like that's we know, but we want to know more about him.
Or is it
so?
Is it Brooklyn or not? Because does he
Long
say Brooklyn,
Island.
New York? Theo Katzman.
It's Long Island, New York.
Well,
On
according
here.
to the wiki.
Right. His wiki, yeah. I don't know.
think Jack
he could have
introduces
grown
him
up
as
in Brooklyn, but
Right. Because like he does have a song called Brooklyn,
true.
which
he lived
may or
in
may not play
Brooklyn.
later.
Well, we'll get into it, but he did live in Brooklyn for a while, so that's probably why he says from Brooklyn, New York,
Gotcha.
because that's where he lived for a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get
Okay, so let's get into
right.
it.
I just want to be right here. Also, we are not experts on this stuff. This
No.
is just stuff we found and that we're going to talk about. And if we're wrong at all, and you know better,
Please
hit
comment
up
below.
on the comment section of the Couch Club podcast because Danny Wood will definitely beat you there. So we love you.
So let's dive into the roots here. So Theo grew up in a musical family on Long Island, New York. His father, Lee Katzman, was a jazz trumpet player and would take him to rehearsals at an early age. Born in Chicago, Katzman played early in his career in big band settings with Sam Donahue, Buddy Rich. So this is into his dad's story now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lee Katzman.
Lee Katzman.
Okay.
So he played in big bands with Sam Donahue, Buddy Rich, Claude Thornhill, and Jimmy Dorsey. And in 1956, he relocated to California, where he played with Stan Kenton, both on recordings
wow.
and on worldwide tours. So let's get a little flavor of
Mr. Lee Katzman.
Theo's dad, Lee Katzman's music here. It is accessible on YouTube if you want to look it up. It is Lee Katzman Quintet.
Oh, yeah.
This is his dad playing trumpet.
Oh, wow. You know, I wonder what makes... This is beautiful. Beautiful jazz. And I don't want to squash on it by talking over it, but I will. I feel like I'm Michael J. Fox and Curb. I'm just talking over the background music. Yeah. It isn't background music. It's jazz. It's beautiful. But what, something I wanted to mention here is, what makes you a band leader? Is it just your charisma, your drive? Because like somebody with like Jason Lee Bruns, who we featured on the show as one of my good friends and a jazz band leader. He's a drummer and a band leader. Jack Stratton, right? And this guy's a trumpeter and a band leader. Jack Stratton's a drummer and a band leader. Oh my gosh, it's always with the floss your teeth. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Dr. So again, episode 13. Go look at it. Yeah, it's just like, I think, what is an innate quality that makes you of a band leader that gives you the gall, so to speak, right? To be able to go, no, this is what we're doing to everybody, Well,
I think that so think about like when we were back in school and we were in middle school or high school and they said group up, you have to get into small groups. You're going to be with these 4 people.
Right.
You find yourself taking a role in that group just innately. There is somebody who is the group leader, who speaks for the group, who kind of runs the show, who writes down the answers that you're going to share with the rest of the class, that writes on the assignment paper. Everyone falls into
delegator.
a group.
Right.
Everyone falls into line into where they feel, even as children, that they kind of are. You're either an alpha or you're a beta.
Right.
And you kind of take that role. And for me, it kind of depended what kind of situation I was in. If there was somebody who was more alpha than me, then I would kind of fall below. But for the most part, if I felt like I was the most capable in the group, I would always go to that leader role. So I think it kind of... Some people are just more that person and want to have their
Right.
own group and their own band.
No, I definitely get that, because that's a great point. Because like it's definitely, it's going back to that analogy of like when you're in a group, in class, you're the whole time you were talking about that, I was like in class experiencing those moments again, right? Where you go like, that guy is a slacker. This person is great. They're going to help with all this stuff. We're going to have to do more work because these two don't want to.
Right.
Whatever, what have you, But then you get into, the adult realm of like actually finding people who do the best things at what they do and whatever project you're working on or whatever, be it music, sports, whatever. I definitely think, coming around to like the, what makes you a band leader, it's definitely going, no, I have a standard of quality. It's the arbiters, it's the auditors, just like we are the auditors of the Vulfpeck, and I think I've always like I resonate when you said like if there's somebody more alpha than me, I let them be alpha, but I'm kind of like middle alpha.
Same.
Like I'm a beta, but I'm not like a true alpha. I'm not a true beta,
Same.
But like I can definitely see. Yeah, right. Like I have visions of what could be, and like I have a standard of quality that the vision kind of matches up with. So it's actually about execution rather than I don't know what I'm doing. It's more like, no, this is the objective. How close are we to actually getting this done in whatever it is? Just like this podcast too. It's what can we do to get better? What can we do to point in the right direction and like lead in terms of, because like we have, Vulfpeck fans listening to this that really care a lot about Vulfpeck, and like the more people watch, the more of a responsibility we have to bring accurate, fun, entertaining content to like-minded people like ourselves, right? And I think like we innately have some of those band leader characteristics, like you with your art, me with my podcasting, like. It's an innate thing where I feel like something needs to exist. You know what I mean? Like having lived my life without making the things I want exist isn't a life worth living to me.
Absolutely.
Right?
Same.
And like I'm sure you could say the same with your art.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
We get deep here on the Conscious Go Pod. If you didn't know, we get deep. We get deep. We get deep.
So, I want to point out a really cool, I guess, happy accident. So this album that we've been listening to by Theo's dad, was released in 1963, right? There is a song on it called Woody and You.
Oh, Woody and You. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that. It says copyright 2016, but that may have just been when this specific version of the album.
This says 1963 right here.
Oh, on the album.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's a really cool thing because his son ended up being in a band with somebody named Woody.
Right.
And this song is called Woody and You.
Beautiful. And you is referring to Theo in this scenario.
Yeah. So let's take a listen. Woody and You. Cute.
Talk about a heartbreak hit.
Woody and You, this guy. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like that just happened to be a happy accident and things fall into place later down the road. So that's a little bit about his dad. Now I want to get into his grandparents because the musician lines keep running upward here. We have his dad.
This is a blood thing.
It is. Yeah, his dad was a musician, but also his grandparents were musicians. So Katzman's maternal grandparents, so his mom's grandparents, were both classical musicians with the Detroit Symphony and the Philadelphia Orchestra. How cool is that?
That is incredible. And imagine just the family tree. Just the family tree. Like, what if, it goes back to Europe or whatever, and like their ancestors played with Bach or something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's so funny because it's innately It's innately something that is in your blood when you're this good of a musician. Because like not only is his dad good, and I assume his grandparents even great because they wouldn't play for a symphony.
Yeah,
otherwise,
exactly.
you know. But I definitely think having this in your blood is something that not necessarily gives you an advantage, but you're just a natural at it.
It's in your genetics.
Right.
To be inclined to do, kind of like how your mom's a musician.
Right.
You know?
Like, and her mom played piano and sang, and like...
And your grandpa was a pastor, so you have speaking talents poured into you.
Maybe
right?
It's the humble talents. Hey! No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you know, I dream of doing comedy. I dream of standing on stage. I've been on stage before with some bands and stuff, so like, it's not necessarily the performance aspect that I'm scared about. It's actually accomplishing something, right? But like, I definitely have visions of that kind of stuff, and I definitely think it takes a vision to even see what you want to exist, right? Because like, I'll have dreams of just seeing a crowd and them laughing, you know what I mean? Even though I'm like, I really have no inkling of joke writing or anything, you know. It's just something that I would love to do, you know. So and then now it's to the point where now it's just execution. Like the only thing keeping me from doing it is me, you know. And like and I didn't have a comedian person in my life to go to like, oh, this is in my blood, this is what I do. It's not necessarily, you know, like, it's not a trait that kind of comes along. It is because like you always have family members that are hilarious, and I do, but like, it's interesting, like, music is in my blood, and like that's what like fuels me. And obviously, like, I could speak at length about stuff on a podcast about music, even though I'm not like a traditional musician. So got off on a weird tangent there. I usually do that here in the Conscious Club podcast, but we divulge or digress, I should say.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So before we go off of his roots and his parents here, there was a really cool Easter egg on the stage of MSG, which I know is a little bit of old news because that was a little bit ago. But there is a really cool thing that was shared in the Vulfpeck a while ago by the stage designer. She's actually a pack member, and she shared a close-up image of the stage, and there was a little bit of an Easter egg that refers to Theo's father in here.
Ooh, let's dive in.
So there was a book of beans. There's binoculars for bird watching.
Can we zoom in? Is there a zoom tool? Yeah, I guess the plus there. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay.
There's a book about beans here.
A book on beans. Okay.
There's binoculars for bird watching.
I love it.
There is a fireplace built in LA but shipped to Ann Arbor. And then there is Theo Katzman's father's album, his record, on the fireplace here.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so that was really cute. I loved that touch that they put Theo's dad's album up there. And
that's so cool, because like that's definitely nothing that anybody's gonna see other than the people who know now, which is all of you. So it's like when we go to see that Vulf live video that Lerman and Theo was shooting too, maybe we'll get a closer glimpse of what those actually are.
Yeah, so I love those Easter eggs on the stage, their performance, because that itself is very Vulf. So I thought that was really cool. So I now want to get into Theo's age. So obviously he was born in Long Island. Now we're getting into him growing up. He went to all of his dad's gigs and stuff like that, his rehearsals. So he grew up watching his dad play. And so then around 12 years old, he started playing drums and guitar and writing songs. And then in 2014, he moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan and studied jazz at the University of Michigan. In 2005, he joined the instrumental group Toolbox, which then evolved into the band Ella Riot. So this was his first band that he was in.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to go check out Ella Riot here, his first band that he was in. There's a lot of stuff on there. Oops, did not mean to bring that up. There's a lot of stuff on the internet about them because they were a fairly big group. and they have a lot of stuff on YouTube and a lot of music videos. So we're going to go check out.
Let's see if this is it is licensed.
Oh shit!
So we can watch a little bit. Is Theo in this video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
where?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Patience, my son.
No, I was just. Oh, where? Tell me now. Get to the meat.
I think he's in it. So yeah, they have a ton of music videos and stuff. He'll be on stage in a second here, I think.
Was it the 338 that was written on the rundown there?
Maybe. Was it? Oh, there he is. There he is in the plaid.
Is that him?
Yep, that's him.
That can't be.
Yes, it is. That's him in the plaid.
Really?
Yep. That's him playing guitar. That's him.
We're gonna double check. Is it? It doesn't. Does it?
Maybe it's not. He was their
There was
guitarist.
something in his beard that I was like.
No, it's not.
It's not.
That's
Theo.
weird.
That's
okay.
odd. Because there was something off.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. This was in 2011, right?
Oh, he was in the 2005. Gotcha.
So yeah. Oh my god, I keep hitting notes because I made it in notes. I'm so annoyed. Sorry. Okay, so he was in Ella Riot in 2005. So I'm sorry. I got a video that is too early here.
Too late.
Too late.
Yeah. No. It's completely fine. You know, this is, you know, we persevere through the hard times here on the Conscious Club podcast, and that's okay. You know, this is what we're here for, and you know, I think at this point in time, 2011 is where Vulf was really kind of
taking
like
off.
like
simmering.
simmering. Yeah, simmering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so then Theo Katzman toured with the band from 2007 to 2010. It says. Yeah.
Okay.
And during this period, the band released an EP titled My Dear Disco and an album called Dance Think. And so this is the album right here. I don't know why I linked to it. Seems kind of dumb. Don't know why I did that.
That's not dumb.
But
there's always something here to learn. Because also I want to say back on the Ella Riot thing. Talk about big shoes to fill when Theo leaves the group. Am I right? Looking at you, flannel guitarist. But Dance Think is the first album in the Ann Arbor, Michigan-based band Ella Riot, formerly My Dear Disco. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it went over 3 names? What was the other name that you put in the...
and then there was another name that they had, and it was right here.
Toolbox. Became Ella Riot, which then became My Dear Disco.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
they can't sit on a name, am I right?
Yeah. So then after the tour that he went on with them, he released an EP titled My Dear Disco, which had an album titled wait, I'm confused.
No, during this period, the band released an EP titled My Dear Disco and an album titled Dance Think.
Gotcha. Okay, so now here we go.
Right.
So in 2010, Katzman pursued a solo career and focused on his own singing and songwriting. He performed in the trio Love Massive. So
yeah. He formed the trio. Yeah.
The trio Love Massive.
And performed.
So do you want to check if it's copyrighted?
It isn't. I've checked. Yeah.
Okay, can you turn on the volume, please?
The co-host dynamic here in the Conscious Club podcast.
Ann Arbor, Michigan. So this is his drummer for their trio. There he is in all his glory. Corey's white pants, this guy.
He's like in between his look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like past early Theo, but still hasn't approached true
100% true Theo.
True potential Theo, yeah.
So, yep.
Is that the same? That's not the same Beastly room, is it?
And that's Joe right there.
Ah, Joe Dart. Joe Dart.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Joe D.
There he is. Baby G. Joe D.
Fresh out of a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
They can talk away. They don't know us. They don't understand the things.
All right, I'm gonna ruin it if you don't mind. Watch out, y'all.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
I first saw you sitting across your legs in my friend's room. Hearts were broken in concrete was pavement. I still love you, baby, every day. Every day, my love is all I have to give to you. It's all you could ever give from me. My love is all I could ever give to you.
Could have been the keyboardist for Love Massive.
I was.
Baby Joe. Baby Joe.
Terrible.
Baby Joe. Baby Joe.
If you drink too much and smoke a pack,
Smoking cigarettes, this guy. You too.
walk you back to brush your teeth. If you slam the door and walk away,
Baby Joe.
after you and make you stay, I will. I fall down the hill and break my leg. You'll be waiting there with a cold breast to dress my wound. If you get depressed and gain some weight, I still love you, baby, every day. My love is all I have to you. It's all you could ever give from me. My love is all I could ever give to you. My love is all I have to give you. To you, it's all you could ever get from me. My love is all I could ever give to you.
Jammin'.
My love
Love that.
I have to give it to you. It's all you could ever give from me. My love is all I could ever give you.
Flat 7.
Love Baby Joe in this.
I love Baby Joe, and I love Massive.
Love it.
Don't we all love Massive?
And then I wanted to make a
Yes.
cool note here that Love Massive is featured on the Vulf YouTube
Ooh, the Vulf
channel.
YouTube channel.
Baby Theo.
It's an up close and personal camera shot.
Right? 2010.
Jack always loves to do the credits here. Let's see what he did. Theo Katzman on the song, Woody Goss on Rhodes, Jack Stratton on drums.
Nick's Jack Stratton.
Nagurka on audio engineer. Jack Stratton on audio mix,
Video and edit and graphics. This
graphics.
guy. It's you.
Hey, he's a purveyor of
I have all my
something.
away. And here with me, I can get
Baby
them
Theo. Diddle locational.
Diddle Locational Season 1, Episode 2.
Diddle.
Jack Wood.
He would.
today. What's the use in trying to stay?
Accurate stick height. Look at that.
Love Jack here.
The seams where you stitched your hopes
what's interesting here is that they had no reason to think they'd be successful.
No, none.
You know, like, I'm not saying
Absolutely
that in
none.
any bad way, but like, I want to be a podcaster, I want to be a musician and all these things, and like, you ain't anything without your I am statements, you know? It's like going, I am this.
Yeah.
And then it's just, once you kind of dedicate your life to it, it's only a natural thing. If you want the highest quality thing and you put in the work to do it, people will recognize it over time if it's consistent enough.
Of course.
You know? And it's like, it's super cool because this is all they want. This is all they care about. Among eating beans. You know? They care about a lot more, I'm sorry.
Where's your wife? Pick your castle, but where you see so
Jack's face.
Oh, that was an interesting shot. Oh?
Somebody's sneaking into the shot here.
The audio engineer.
Here he goes. Baby Theo.
God, he's so talented.
I know.
So talented.
Walk until my knees get weak. My eyes is there.
Oh my god. Here it goes.
Get my Jennifer Hudson range in here. I need to blow
God.
my nose real quick.
Feel
if
free.
That's okay.
Feel free.
When I said earlier that you know, they had no reason to believe that they'd be successful, and then I don't know the order of it, but I mentioned that you know, it's your I am statements, right? Like what you say you are to yourself, much like what Corey says in Companion Pass, right? The motivational speech in Companion Pass. It's, I think it's definitely saying, it's turning what you want to do into I am. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a step in going, if you don't say, like, I want to be a podcaster, but right now I am
You're physically
doing
a
one right
podcaster.
now.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I? I am one. And it's like, it's within your control to do one, albeit it's a bare bones podcast with no, you know, production behind it yet. I mean, we have, you know, money put into this, but it's like, we're still far from where we're going to be and where we want to be. But I am a podcaster.
Yeah.
And that's a decision that I made and we made, really, you know?
And
so
you're
it's
an
like
editor too.
an editor. She's an artist. She makes the best Vulf gifs or Vulf memes. She makes 98% of the Vulf memes that you see on the pack or on the Conscious Club Podcast Instagram channel.
Which is, do you wanna
Yes, it's at the Conscious Club Podcast on Instagram. You know, if this podcast is for people who can spell the word conscious. So
which
I don't have
isn't
any
me.
Which isn't her for sure. Yeah. Our audience knows how to spell it. We don't necessarily need to.
I usually have
do.
to.
But
I actually have it down now. I figured it out, but it took me. I didn't know how to spell it until probably late last month, and I've been doing this podcast since March. So.
Well, I always went conch science. That's it. You just got to go CONCS, and then you're golden. Conch
Love the conch.
science.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conch.
Cronk.
Crank. Patrick Warburton. But shall we move
Coming
on?
for his gig.
That's right. Squeak, squeaking, y'all. Hey. But let's move on to 2011 and beyond.
Yeah, 2011 and beyond. So his group, this trio, performed. His group performed. Love Massive performed regularly and opened at the Ann Arbor Folk Festival in 2011. And Katzman released an EP titled Solo Acoustic in 2010 and released his first studio album, Romance Without Finance, in 2011.
Available on CD on his website.
Correct. In late 2011, he moved to Brooklyn and released music videos of 2 of his songs, Hard For You and Brooklyn. And now we're going to be taking a sneak peek at his
both
2
of those songs.
first. Yep, his 2 first music videos
let's do
here.
it.
So this is Brooklyn.
Haven't even known you a day. Packed a book bag, socks and sneakers and dress shoes just in case. Skybound from my hometown to the North Shore on a Sunday.
Just being a ham in
Kiss to my
Brooklyn.
lady friend,
Hammy.
she's a sweet talk and a sweet taste. Give thanks for my family, thanks to my friends, I'm getting shit faced. Oh well, this Long Island, it's a desolate place.
It's interesting. Let me pause it. It's interesting that like in Vulf songs and even
They don't swear.
Theo produced Vulf songs, right? There's no real
There's no cussing.
or not even necessarily cussing, but like alt behavior.
No vulgarity.
Like not necessarily vulgarity, but let's get shit faced. Like it's
pretty edgy.
Also, like plain Jane heroin too, like scares the
Yeah.
hell out of me. Where it's like, I got like a bruise on my leg, and there's a needle in my leg, or whatever the hell he was
Theo
talking
brings
about.
the edge, mama.
Right, where it's funny because it's like I don't think it would be Jack approved.
Well,
if you go back to old conscious clubs.
And it reveals his roots of being in Ella Riot, which was a punk
Right.
pop band that had a very edgy spin to it. So it's his roots, really,
Right.
in a way.
Yeah. No, I definitely associate with that. I was in a punk band.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Crash Kids. Dude,
Yeah,
look it
and
up.
reggae.
And reggae.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Roots and punk.
Roots.
Classic rock, punk. And then got into the reggae, man. Because I'm from San Diego. And every good San Diegan, you can't leave San Diego without
Reggae and breakfast burritos.
That's true. And lifted trucks.
To call you Ethan Klein.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Sorry. This is the Conscious Club podcast. Ethan Klein here on the Conscious Club podcast.
You a day, I haven't even known you a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shoot like New York, but you lie like LA. And I'm on it.
Oh. She lied like LA. Oh.
Off the southbound train from Baker to the Park Slope real estate. Looked around for a sit-down brunch with all-you-can-eat pound cake. Found a few, maybe 6 or 7 free coffee and free champagne.
Oh,
I haven't seen such a free time limit since my 16th birthday. Yeah. Oh well, this Long Island, it's a desolate place. A far cry from my first love, Michigan, sweet talk and my sweet taste. A long way from the long lost dreams left broken on a California freeway. That's Brooklyn.
Oh, sweet Vulf.
Oh, Brooklyn. You make Detroit feel so far away. And I've only known you a day. I haven't
Dancers.
known you a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shoot like New York, but you lie like LA. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Oh, you make Detroit feel so far away. And I've only known you a day. I haven't even known you a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shoot
It's a great video.
It's really cute.
Oh, yeah.
Air guitar, this guy.
Literally me.
Literally you. Santa.
It's Brooklyn, y'all. A beautiful song.
Isn't
Beautiful
that
song.
really cute?
love that
and
video.
we have one more to enjoy here too.
Ooh.
And this one is called Hard For You. Questionable title, but here we go.
Question. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Getting up in the production design here. This is not 60 frame.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2 years later,
Somebody's
right?
leaving Theo for another man here. This is what she's doing.
He walks like a soldier.
Ooh, we got some VFX.
Mm-hmm.
Straight talker, a gold card, heavy spender. Got a budget and a basket.
And she's seeing him everywhere now.
But that's all for you. Send me, yeah.
He's such a good songwriter.
I know.
I felt like I've heard this song somewhere else.
good. Ted. Remember?
Dude, no. It's Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Do you hear that?
A little bit.
What? Dude. Signed, Sealed, Delivered verse or what?
It's gonna be hard for you when I'm there like a ghost haunting your headphones passing through the air. It's gonna be hard for you when I'm gone. Every day goes by.
Looks like Corey, but not.
Pretty Corey.
Got
This is a great video.
Better frame rate, huh?
Way better frame rate.
I live in my own world. Make nothing for money. The daydream hustler. Not a little but a show ain't exemplary. But that's all for you. Send me I ain't no pretender. No. I maxed out my gold card when I bought my Fender. Baby, all I got is music and groceries. But that's all for you. Send me, it's gonna be hard for you.
I love it.
I'm there like a ghost on the
Looks like Jack.
Good job. Steve Katzman.
Looks like Jack there.
Yeah, he does. Apartments.com, Jack.
It's gonna be hard for you.
Snuggle with Theo.
I'm there like a ghost haunting your headphones passing through the air. It's gonna be hard for you when I'm gone and every day goes by.
Oh.
Soul is a sign. Soul is a sign.
Good gaffing, though. Solid gaffing. This gaffing.
Back to your mind. 'Cause every
Getting
day
hammered.
goes by. Standing is still.
I love exaggerated filming of
I know.
alcohol consumption. I've definitely been there.
After two of those, she would have been more than hammered.
Hearts don't trust in minds. 'Cause every day goes by. Oh, soul is a sign. Soul is a
Oh.
sign. Waving goodbye, babe, back from your heart, back to your mind. 'Cause every day goes by.
He's quite a
Vanity
ham.
Fair.
I think we need more of this Theo again.
Yeah, I love this.
Like, not that he's, moved away from this, but this is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
Hammy Theo. Sticky Theo. That's why they call him Sticky Theo.
I definitely want to say that I coined that term. Have you heard that other than when it says Sticky Theo?
No.
It's Sticky Theo, y'all. Let's start the hashtag. And it's SHTIC.
And he's Sticky Theo, and he does his like Brooklyn, New York accent. Definitely Sticky Theo.
Yeah, we want mushy, huh?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Incredible.
Isn't that fun?
Awesome.
Mm.
Love it.
So now we're continuing into the 2012s here. He opened for several artists, including Vanessa Carlton, somebody I can't pronounce.
Maurice Yahoo! He's a reggae artist.
Maurice Yahoo.
He's a reggae artist from Israel. I'm pretty sure he's a.
Oh, yeah, you told me about
he's
him.
he's a shticky reggae guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he opened for him.
King without a crown, they say.
Uh-huh. And he actually became a musical director, and he did the opening act for Darren Criss on his national tour, Listen Up.
Oh, Darren Criss.
Mm-hmm. And in 2013, he released a single titled Pop Song.
Pop, yeah?
Yeah, so, sorry, guys.
No,
I want to dig into a pop song here. And it was filmed at in Azusa, called Jammin' in
What's
the
up, y'all?
Van.
My name's Theo Katzman. I'm here at Lagunitas Beer Circus, and it's a little too early to drink today. Beer, that is. So I'm doing Aqua Hydrate. Joey Dosick on keys, Lee Pardini on the bass, Mr. A. Browns on the drums. This song is called Pop Song.
And after he released this song, Katzman worked with several artists as a songwriter and producer. He co-wrote and produced Face the Fire, an album by Michelle Chamoul, and he co-wrote several songs for an album by Darren Criss. So he started doing more like just songwriting and producing and stuff like that for people. So that's pretty cool.
You know, he's such a good
songwriter that people like wanted help and like worked with him. And I have this really cool clip of
so cool.
Theo rehearsing vocal parts with Darren Criss and their guitar player Tomic.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Before we move on to this clip, I definitely want to say like the strengths that Jack is playing on in Vulf. You know, like definitely Theo is it's like you got the Joe, the Joey, the Woody, the Corey, the Theo, all of them contributing so much to the bringing so much to the table. And Theo is really bringing he's carrying a lot of that too. He's drums on like half the songs. He also sings his solos. He's a great, incredible songwriter. And also Jack said in the Third Story podcast that with Leo Sidran, that they have a weekly song they hold themselves accountable to a weekly song club or whatever he calls it, where they come to each other every week with either moving forward on songs they've already talked about or bringing to the table new songs to develop. And it's so cool because Theo's strengths are in, multi-instrumentals. Like, he's just as good of a drummer as he is guitarist, and that's saying a lot, too, because it's like in Vulfpeck, too, you have to be good enough to sit on that set for even Jack to let you sit on that set. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Woody ain't playing drums. You know, and he only let Corey play drums once, and we have that clip somewhere in another podcast. But it just speaks to his profundity, his prodigious nature, in that he can also sing the solos he's playing, which is incredibly complex and hard to do. And oftentimes he does it without an earpiece in, which is like, how the hell can you even feel the tone that you're even... It's incredible. And I just wanted to say that this is going to shine through in this next clip.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of want to pump up the brightness on this puppy.
Yep, feel free.
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a dark behind the scenes here. So this is before one of Darren Criss's shows.
Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you? We do it. Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you?
Love the crotch shot.
Can we slow it down? Dan, can we do that? That's the last song. Okay.
What is this, Shane Walsh in front of us? We got fucking crotch funk.
I know.
So they double at the end?
Look at him.
Is this a POV porno? What are we watching?
Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you?
Beautiful.
Aren't they great? So yeah, that was just one of the clips that I could find with them, like in an intimate setting. So that's why I used that one.
Well, that's so cool because I definitely resonate that. Like, you know, it's that pre-show practice. You know, where you're like, we got this. Well, let's make this perfect for the crowd.
So now I have another cool clip of him and Joe actually singing behind the scene of this is a cover that Darren Criss did, and we have Joe actually singing and playing guitar.
And this is basically Peccapella before it's Peccapella.
Yeah, before it existed.
Right.
Pre-Peccapella.
Hey, you're getting exclusives here.
Peccapella here. See? Just singing.
Pack my bags and watch your shadow fade.
Is it me, or does it sound like, or look like Joe Dart is faking the singing? I know he's not, guys. I know he's not, but, you know. Just looks like he's moving his lips.
That was then.
So this is Part of Me cover Feet. Air conditioner.
Absolutely.
I think that joke fell a little flat.
I got it. I just love seeing Joe sing.
Same. He's really doing that hi-hat.
He is really going for that hi-hat.
Man, you
That
need
is
to,
a
if you're
smack.
listening to this podcast on audio, you need to get on the YouTube and see this hi-hat. I've never seen anybody do that before. That's beautiful.
Channeling that hi-hat, this guy. I just love seeing Joe sing.
Same. I've been looking at him the entire time, other than the hi-hat.
Same. So I thought that was pretty cool, seeing Joe sing pre-Peccapella, this guy.
Pre-Acapella.
So Plain Jane Heron real quick with Joe Dart and Joey.
Oh, incredible. We're going to dive into the dark side of Theo.
Deep.
There's a stain upon the couch from where I tried to get you high. There's a bruise upon my leg again.
Isn't it's Jack and Theo that are Ornish followers, right? Vegans?
Correct.
Interesting. I wonder if he was because probably Jack wasn't at first.
No.
And
Theo
neither
got
was
him
Ornish.
into it.
I was listening to a podcast today, which is so great. It's called the Untangle Podcast. The most recent one we're recording this early October, and I think it came out recently. But Ornish was on that, and he was saying that, he was eating meat for so long and changed into this lifestyle medicine guy that we know. Mm-hmm. I wonder if this is, the song is kind of pointing to the
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Because he looked like he just came off heroin in this music video.
Unreal.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I really didn't know where I was going with that, for the record. Sorry.
Now I can't feel my.
We'll go back.
You'll see Joe in the
I
background.
thought we were making love, but you were sticking it in my thigh. Now I can't feel my face again.
Oh, definitely, dude.
I'm hooked on the plain Jane heroin. I'm hooked on the plain Jane heroin.
I'm confused.
I will never be the same without you, Jane.
She
And
is what
your
he's addicted to.
heroin. Yeah.
Jane. I think he was addicted to her, and he's associating that with a drug addiction. You know what I mean? He was addicted
Or
to
did
Jane.
he have a drug addiction?
I doubt. I don't know. Maybe.
I think Jack is keeping that under wrap.
There's Joey. There's Joey.
Oh! He's on the keys,
Yep.
of course.
And there's Joe behind him.
But now I'm swaying backwards with no shoes upon my feet. And I can't keep a hold of it.
I think that drummer has been on Scary Pockets.
Probably.
Oh.
I'm hooked on the plain Jane.
Talk about Plain Jane.
Hoodie guy here, too.
I will never be the same without you, Jane.
Can we move away from
Yeah,
this
can
guy?
we not do close-ups on this man?
I'd rather watch Theo's bald spot than this guy. I love.
Don't hate on his little balls.
I'm just throwing.
Joke.
I'm throwing to throw. I'm sorry, guys. Don't listen to me. I mean, listen to me. I mean, never mind.
Joey?
28 months sober, and the days are all the same. The sun goes up and down again.
So maybe.
But when I think about
Perhaps.
the way she
Kiss us.
felt inside my veins, I get bags under my eyes again. I'm hooked on the plain heroin. I'm hooked on the plain.
You're missing the scary plain Jane guy playing tambourine.
No thanks.
I'll never be the same without you, Jane. And
Sorry. That's what I'm all about. Good timing, you know. Never mind. A lot happening. Can you pause the frame there? Can we pull up, I want to say Hero Town, or maybe, yeah, one of the Hero Town. Is this the same set as Hero Town? Let's see.
No.
No. No. Oh, it might have been. Never mind. Let's just move on. You guys know what the same set this was. It's one of the early Vulf, I want to say. All right, moving on here. We are moving out of Zone 3 and into Zone 2 again.
So I was shook when I went through his Wikipedia page and saw that he had worked with Kesha.
Oh.
And I was like freaking out, and we can't play the sound to this, but I can show you where he is in the beginning here. At 20 seconds.
Show it. He's at
So
20
he's
seconds.
credited. Yeah, you can just go to. Yeah, he's credited on this track first. There he is.
Oh,
Mr.
wow.
Theo Katzman
That's awesome.
on set of this Kesha song.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, talk about a notable mention.
Notable mention.
You know, you have to be good at what you do in order to work with people like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you know, it's undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
And we're awkwardly looking at a guy that we don't know.
So I thought that was really cool that he was in this video and he's credited on the song. Yeah.
Awesome.
That was really cool. I saw that and I was like, wait, what? Kesha song. So yeah, and if you ever want to listen to him doing backup vocals, the song is Rainbow by Kesha. So pretty exciting stuff. Also, I want to get into a little bit of a inspiration portion here of what inspired Theo's style of music. So he said, kind of like you, he grew up listening to classic rock, but he also listened to soul music, and his biggest influences include soul, R&B, funk, rock, and folk. And as a songwriter, a primary focus for Katzman is a song's lyrical concept, and when he writes parts for guitar, bass, drums, and keyboards. His favorite songwriters are those who capture a moment in cultural time, such as Frank Ocean, Joni Mitchell, and Paul Simon. So
interesting.
Yeah. And before we get to Funny Funk here, I have one clip, and I don't remember what it is, so we're going to be surprised. Oh yeah, this is Theo on. He was just featured on this track, and I thought it was kind of cool. Or on this.
And Rhett Madison is his support on his tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
For you,
This is for Soy's
there'll
microphones.
be no
Soy's.
more crying.
Soy's sessions.
For you,
So yeah, he's playing guitar on this track.
the sun will be shining, and I feel that when I'm with you,
Of course, she did something with Scary Pockets.
it's alright.
3 things.
Wow.
I know it's right.
5 things. She's done 5 songs with Scary Pockets.
Unreal.
And I want to say thank you, Jack Conte or however you say your name, for licensing your music so we can't use it on the podcast.
Yeah,
but
we
thank
can't
you, Jack
use
Stratton.
any of your content. But
Thank you, Jack Stratton. Thank you, Theo Katzman. And who else do we use a lot? Corey Wong.
Corey Wong. Yeah.
Thank you guys for not licensing your content. And you keep the masters.
Are we
You know?
able to use Joey's stuff?
We are not able to use Joey stuff, I don't
Oh,
think.
because
Yeah.
I have a Joey show prepped. So that's going to be...
Well, all you got to do if you find any YouTube stuff, it's like it's a thing at the bottom of the description that's like a YouTube like
Copyright
tag
Okay.
thing. Yeah. So interesting stuff here on the Conscious Club podcast.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah. So I definitely want to say, that all of this content is, we're relying on Jack Stratton. This podcast relies on Jack Stratton, Corey Wong, and Theo Katzman's non-use of licensing. So I want to applaud those 3 artists for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So now we bring you to the most popular segment here on the Conscious Club podcast,
According to our fan.
which is Funny Funk.
I can't say fans yet, but according to
Fan.
our fan, Mr. Danny Wood.
So I'm going to bring you into something by PAC member Graham. And this is regarding MSG, but I thought it was funny. It says, Theo, don't hurt your voices. Theo, hold a high G for 2 minutes, please. That's what he does at the concerts.
Don't hurt your voices, guys. Christmas in LA! And he has to be carried to his drum set.
Oh my gosh, breaks his vocal cords, this guy. And then I have another cool thing that I saw. And this is from last year, actually. And this guy was in Italy and ran into Theo in Rome.
And the Colosseo Roma, Italy.
Best day of his life. Like, what are the chances where you're on vacation in Rome and you run into Theo Katzman?
Fresh off a jog.
Fresh off a jog, this guy.
He's getting plain Jane Nikes up in here.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Or is he?
Awesome.
So I thought that was cool. And then I just have this quick thing, and this is just an edit from the pack that I found.
Did you
And I
make this
thought it was
edit,
cute.
or was it
No, this is from the pack. Thought it was cute.
It's a la the porn video. Remember
Correct.
the porn video from
Yeah.
episodes ago?
Episodes
A
ago.
la. And I'm so sorry. I should have muted this. The past 4 notifications that I had. So thank
all
you
good.
guys. Yeah,
It's all good. It's funny fun. No one's here to judge. So then I
Well.
have this. Well, they're judging.
School of thought. We're looking at you.
So I have some funny funk here, and this is an awkward news segment that
Funny
Mr.
funk.
Theo was involved in
I
here.
know, I'm heartbroken. I love you, Bill. I miss you. I miss
To set this up for the audio listeners, this is Theo at a
This is-
morning news thing
for a
and-
Darren Crisp show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the field correspondent is talking to the news anchors
Correct.
through her mics, and Theo and Darren
They're just
cannot hear what they're
standing
saying.
there.
This is Fox 17 Tennessee mornings. Yes, let's go.
you. He's fantastic.
And I apologize for the
I
Spanish.
know, I'm sorry, I'm ignoring my guest.
Don't
subtitle.
apologize.
I know,
We love
I'm
the Spanish.
heartbroken. I love you, Bill. I miss you. I miss you. He's fantastic. I know. I'm sorry. I'm ignoring my guest instead of talking to Darren, Chris, and Theo Katzman. I should be doing that.
We don't have earpieces.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, Bill Bellamy just said hi, and he's a big fan of your music.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, absolutely. Darren Chris here, of course, everybody knows him from Glee, and Theo Katzman, who is the mastermind behind the music. Is that what you wanted me to say?
I would have to say that.
Is that too much? Did I overstep?
By the way, it's Portuguese, not Spanish.
Oh,
I think he's a mastermind. Yeah, we
it's a hey.
We both went to college together,
Right.
and everybody in our band and the bus all went to the University of Michigan School of Music at some point. And I asked Theo as one of my favorite songs. Every person in this band are people that I came up with.
Right.
Every like a guitar player.
Okay. New meme.
And
Theo's face.
I asked Theo as one of my favorite songs. Every person in this band are people that I came up with. Every guitar player is the best guitar player I've ever met. Theo's one of the best singers.
This meme is called
that I came up with.
Jack called you and when Jack calls you and tells you Antoine's not playing the show.
People that I came up with. Every guitar player is the best guitar player I've ever
I'm the
met.
front man
Theo's one
again.
of the best singers and drummers I've ever met. So it's like it's very natural.
When Antoine can't make it to the
They're
gig.
just the top of their game, and so the key to success is to surround yourself with people who are more talented than you, and you put your name in the marquee and get credit for it. So
Now you're selling yourself.
So Theo's been my good pal and musical director for this, and we've been doing all this music together. And yeah, I like Mastermind. That's pretty decent. And you're also the opening act.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's happening tonight at Cannery Ballroom. Let's talk about the music that you're putting out there, because it has to be hard to narrow it down. You have such a wide genre.
I so associate with this woman's energy. Love it.
To pull from.
Zone
What
2.
is the album going to be
two.
like, and what are you gearing it toward?
I don't know. That's a question I kind of ask myself every day. That's why we kind of wanted to go on tour. We wanted to see if there was any kind of through line with the music, just as far as to what the crowd responds to. I think we live in a day and age of where eclecticism is a little more valued than sort of through lines. We live in a very playlist.
I didn't watch it this far, so
audiences are much more forgiving.
I just watched the awkward intro of it
Right.
and was like, "That's funny funk." So I have no idea what else is in the rest of it, but yeah.
I believe, we got a meme out of it. So I think
got a meme
we're all
out of it.
valuable. Look for, you'll see that in the Instagram feed soon.
Love it. Now this is Joe and Theo sans Vulf. Sorry, guys. Oops. I don't know why I put this in funny funk. It doesn't belong in funny funk at all.
Is there any funny moments?
No, I don't know why I put this in here. I think it was an accident.
Well,
We can still appreciate it though.
let's just laugh like it is. Funny funk, huh?
Yeah, anyways, I don't know why I put this in here.
Holding hands. There we go.
Laughing.
There's a through line.
Laughing.
There. Going through the Darren Chris through line analogy.
Anyways, Joe is singing again, which is pretty cool. But
is
I don't know
he
why I put that in
sleep-singing?
there. Correct. This is hopefully funny this time.
You don't have to do the. You can click
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cut that. That's 60 frame, y'all.
He hugged him and he put Theo Katzman smothers me, and I thought that was cute.
Oh, he didn't hit that note.
I can't get there unless I can hit a note. It's gonna be this note.
You. Oh my god.
You gotta belt it, guys.
Gotta fucking belt it.
I love Jack's narration.
As he makes his way back to the fucking place he's supposed to be because he's late. Verse.
I love it. Anyways, we have one last thing here on Funny Funk. Let's get into it. Now, I put a timestamp on here for something apparently funny on 128.
128. Let's
Now-
check it.
Oh yeah, I do remember this now.
Okay. Oh. I love that they were taking risks. With
Risks, these guys. Woody has no
this. You got
part
fucking
in
soccer
this.
coach Woody over here.
Professor Woody.
Fucking captain of the soccer team.
He's asleep.
He's asleep and quite thin. Quite lean.
Lean machine.
He's a lean guy anyway.
I just thought this video was bizarre because of all of this like close-up shot weirdness that was going on.
But I love it because it's like it's Vulf finding what they do. Oh my god!
I told you. It's crazy, Baby Joe.
This is like the Vulf 2 I made. The very original Vulf 2. Kind of doesn't work, but kind of does.
I just thought it was bizarre, so I put it in funny.
Oh, and it's the flip cam. Remember the flip cam? God, this is old.
2011, man. Anyways.
I think that's a good place to leave it, huh? Oh my gosh. Well,
that was the full journey from birth to
now.
Nirvana.
To
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Birth to Nirvana.
Birth to Nirvana. We love Theo so much.
We love you, Theo. Good luck on your tour. We believe in you. You're going to sell out.
Oh, he's going to sell out more than he knows.
Sell out this guy.
For sure. All right. Well, this has been the Conscious Club Podcast, the TheoCast. This week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following on the Instagram, which is at the Conscious Club Podcast on Instagram. Also follow Tori. Do not follow me. I don't really post that much. But follow the Conscious Club Podcast and Tori at Senorita Toria.
Thank you.
Senorita Toria. Senorita Toria.
Thank
I know
you
it's
for that
confusing.
plug.
SENORITA. TORIA.
Thank you.
Confusing AF, but it's great content. Great content.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing week.
Today, but you send time to stay. Decide where you stitched your hopes and dreams back in the day. There are some who will always let you down. There are people who will chain your feet to the ground.
Hey everybody, Indy here, and thanks for watching the Conscious Club Podcast. Please be advised that this is a fan-made podcast. Even though we would love nothing more, we are not associated with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or any associated acts tied to the greater Vulf umbrella. We do this show out of love, not for monetary gain. We simply wanted an outlet like this to exist, so we made it happen, and I hope that's okay. Thanks for watching, and always remember, fee fi fo fum.